You realize, Dr. Aluko, that these things that you are saying are very strong.
They are very strong, I know.
And
because I'm telling the truth. And I'm not saying it because of anything. I'm saying it because we should know that there are loopholes in these democratic structures that we are talking about.
Because someone who is close and some of these somewhat very private meetings that you had, does this not look like a betrayal of trust?
He betrayed me first.
How do you mean?
We saw by the Bible, he betrayed God. So what are we talking about? Fayose betray people anyhow?
Well, I mean, because some of the...
He did not betray
some of the things, I know that you are very close to him. And in fact, I hear...
Should you now tell you that he betrayed Omishore too?
Hold on for him. How did he betray?
Yes, with Aregbe-Shola. I can get you... I can tell you what happened a day before the election of Osun. Because we were supposed to move the template to Osun State. But Koli rattled on us. And because Koli rattled on us, we had to come back. And because of that, we could not. And of course, Governor Aregbe was also like a militant. And he was making so much noise.
Those are very strong words.
Yes.
Those are very strong words.
Calling
him a militant.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said he was like, he stood his ground. Not as if he stood his ground. And he was making so much noise that we could not go through again with that. I know what transpired between Aregbe and Governor Yodele Fayose at a particular hotel. I know what has changed. He betrayed Omishore at the end of the day.
You say you swore by the Holy Bible?
Yes.
On what? For what?
On the agreement that we had before we embarked on the venture.
What venture?
This political venture that we are talking about. He becoming the governor, myself becoming chief of staff, and the Right Honorable Femi Bamishile becoming the deputy governor.
So a lot of people have said that you were, even at that time, being called the chief of staff.
Yes, I was also the chief returning officer for that particular election. But I was the chairman, security and intelligence.
There are talks,
I was the coordinator of...
Dr. Aluko, there are talks that this betrayal, so to say, is because you did not get what you wanted.
No. Because he offered me other things. In fact, I paid 2.5 million to go for House of Rep. You know, I was the 2011 House of Rep candidate for PDP. I paid again in 2014. In 2014, I obtained a form. He said, no, I will be in quote. That's how he put it. I'm sorry if I'm going to be quoting him. He said, I will be MOB to fire me. That's how he put it. And I said, what's the meaning of that? He said, I will be too powerful and I will come down to challenge him. And I said, so you want me to remain in Ekiti and stay with you? Or what are you saying? You didn't give me what you promised, and I want to walk away. Immediately after that, he now moved again. And I said, look, I won't take this from you. I won't. And I walked away. I went back to Ibadan, Lagos, doing my business.
Okay. Tell me, you were talking about how the election was rigged. Was the military in any way complicit in this case? Because there was a particular report on the board set up to make inquiries into the role of the military. I will quickly just go through what the military did to find out exactly what the role of its officers were in that particular election. And just recently, on January the 11th, there was the report was released, and these are some of the result of the report to show the role of officers in the Ekiti and Osun governorship election. Let's take a look at some of those people who gave testimonies at that particular these are some of the recommendations of the board to the Nigerian Army. 2 officers for compulsory retirement, 3 officers to lose their commands, 9 for prosecution, 9 officers also to be further investigated by the FCC, 6 officers to face an audit committee, 62 officers. They are all there. And these were the recommendations of the board to the Nigerian Army. And there are several people, over 60 military officers were asked to give testimonies. I understand that you were there.
Yes.
And that is it, yeah. 23 officers were caught, over 100 soldiers, and over 60 civilians were caught. Yeah. You were one of the over 60 civilians. Yeah. What was it that you said there?
When you look at that report, and we are not in a war period, you will know that for the military to give such indictment to their personnel means that what I'm saying is right. And do you know what? When you're talking about a governor is a lieutenant colonel. A lieutenant colonel rank. And they're talking about 8 generals being sacrificed. Because of what? Because of election of a state. And you are talking about I stood beside Kohli when he was doing that recording. I didn't know he was doing the recording because
so you were in that meeting?
Yeah, yes.
You were in
I
the
was
meeting
the one Kohli was referring
of the
to.
leaked audio?
Yes.
Of some of the reports that we
Kohli
did
was
earlier.
referred to that I was coming and going out of.
So
yes.
the report, that leaked audio is
it was
true.
real.
It's
Because
real?
it happened on Wednesday or Thursday when they stopped Her Excellency Mrs. Fayemi coming from Ishon. They stopped at Oye Junction and they stopped there for 1 hour. And Governor Fayemi then was making so much noise from Ishon, his Ishon residence, to a top brass somewhere. And the person now called Brigadier General Momo and asked him what has happened. It was at that junction that Fayose now called Brigadier General Momo now released Mrs. Fayemi, and it was at that junction that Fayose now called for Momo. And Momo came in at about 8 p.m. or so, and we had that meeting. In fact, Senator Yola was very right.
You were talking.
It was not a scheduled meeting.
It was
yes, they were just in the middle room of Fayose's wing.
Okay, tell me, you were talking about the role of the military, and you told me before we had this conversation about strike teams.
Yes.
Who were these strike teams?
They were a mixture of DSS, military, MOPO, and yes, that's about all.
Okay, if we could just show, some of the evidences brought forward by Dr. Aluko on the issue of, first is that of the strike teams. He put it forward to us, and we cannot at the moment confirm how authentic these are, but then these are some of the evidences he has put forward. 7. All right.
Page 7.
Okay, this is perhaps, that's it there.
No, down. You will find out that that's the mixture. You find their names there. You find the unit they are representing, their telephone numbers, and their rank. And then down below, you find the names of those people that they were supposed to eat. I mean, the APC, eat not as in kill, but just demoralize them, detain them.
Why?
So that they will not function.
What's the essence?
Once you take out the opinion leaders,
you
take out the opinion leaders, you take out the cash they were about to give to their supporters. Then that is all, because the agreement we had with them, there were 44 teams. 44 teams made up of about 11 per truck, Hilux vans, and they were supposed to have a contact person there. A contact person is somebody in PDP that's supposed to now show them where they were. Because before that time in May, we had 64 people coming together. Let's go to... Yes.
Okay, talking about these strike teams, I want you to expatiate, because a lot of people, Nigerians, and a lot of people who are not Nigerians, who do not
brought 1,040 soldiers from under Brigadier Momo, and then a strong politician too. I saw that somebody said he's an Uba, but not Senator Uba, brought from Enugu another 400. And that's why the GOC is about losing his command. And because with that, we had more than enough to cage the whole state. What we did was to do to block all the routes into the state and to block all the APC control areas.
Okay,
just so hold the strict movement.
All right, just hold the thought, Dr. Aluko. I still have a lot of evidences that Dr. Aluko is bringing to the table here. He says he has evidences on how they strategize in blocking major areas in the state during that election. Those who are on the special list, according to him, and how they strategize in some special local government areas. And of course, funding of the funding template and how much was disbursed. Well, this is a special edition of Sunday Politics here on Channels Television. This program will go as long as we stretch, so that you can get every bit of what we are talking about in these damning evidences that have been brought forward. It's not a one-sided conversation. It's going to be a balanced conversation. We'll bring in more perspective, but just for a moment, we'll take a break right now, and when we'll be back.